Hello students, today we are going to discuss a very good problem based on motional EMF, inductor and oscillatory motion, and this problem is very important and very useful for advanced point of view. In this problem, a rod of resistance 0 and mass m is placed on two rails and rails also having 0 resistance, and the end points of the rail is connected to an inductor of inductance L, and the whole system is placed in a constant magnetic field. Now at t is equal to 0, we have given a velocity v0 to the rail. Now our objective is to find the motion of that rod, and after finding the motion of that rod, then we will analyze different parameters associated with the rod. Now student, let's begin the problem. Now when we given the velocity v0 to the rod, then the rod starts to cross the magnetic field lines, and due to that a motional EMF is observed to the end points of the rod, between the end points of the rod. So we can redraw this situation into a circuit. Now we're going to draw that circuit. There we have our inductance, two rails, and the rod is considered as a battery having motional EMF. The motional EMF motional can be written as V cross B dot dl, where V is the velocity and B is the magnetic field, dl is the length of the rod. So V cross B dot dl, that means the positive sign or positive charges starts accumulating towards the upper end of the rod. So we can draw that battery like this way, and EMF can be written as VBL. V is the velocity of the rod at any time t. At t time. Now the value of V and V0 is different due to the reason as the rod starts moving in forward direction, current starts to flow in the circuit, and whenever a current carrying wire is placed in a magnetic field, so it will experience a force. The force is given by IL cross B. Now on one side we have given a velocity v0 to the rod in the right direction, and a force is acting on the rod towards the left direction. So the rod is under retarded motion, and the rod is under retarded motion, so its velocity is continuously decreasing. That's why we have taken velocity v at any time t. Now at any time t, the circuit looks like that we have drawn on the board. Now in order to analyze what is the motion of the rod, first we have to apply Kirchhoff's loop law on the circuit. Now according to Kirchhoff's loop law, the summation of potential difference about every element must be 0. So what is the potential difference across inductor? It is minus L di by dt. And what is the potential difference across battery? It is E. Now we will write Kirchhoff's loop law. So minus L di by dt plus E is equal to 0. But what is the value of E? E is VBL. So we will substitute that value, minus L di by dt plus VBL is equal to 0. Now this is I. Now we have to find what is the trajectory or what is the nature of the rod, what is the motion of the rod. So from this equation we cannot find anything. Now in this equation velocity is variable. So if we again differentiate this equation, we will get minus L di by dt, so d2I by dt square plus BL is constant, dV by dt is equal to 0. And dV by dt is what? It is acceleration. So minus L di d2I by dt square plus BL multiplied by A, and that is minus A, is equal to 0, because it is not acceleration, it is retardation. Now from this equation we cannot find anything. Now again we will consider this diagram. In this diagram the rod is under a retarding motion, so its retardation can be written as A is equal to LB divided by mass of rod M. ILB by M. And what is the value of I? The value of I is E divided by R, but it is not having any resistance. So you will find A is equal to, from there, so A is equal to ILB by M. We have to substitute the value of A in this equation. So we will get, I will write the equation over there, minus L d2I by dt square minus BL multiplied by A, ILB by M. ILB by M is equal to 0. So L d2I by dt square plus B square L square by M into I is equal to 0. And this is the equation of simple harmonic motion. When we divide the equation by L, we will get the equation of simple harmonic motion. So d2I by dt square plus B square L square by Lm I is equal to 0. That means the current in this circuit is performing simple harmonic motion or oscillatory motion. Now I am cleaning this. So from the equation we have got the equation d2I by dt square plus B square L square divided by Lm I is equal to 0. That means current is under oscillatory motion, and we can write the equation of current like I is equal to I naught sine omega t plus phi, where we can find omega as omega is equal to root of B square L square divided by Lm. Now initial condition at t is equal to 0. What is the value of I? I is 0. So the relation of I is equal to I naught sine omega into 0 plus phi. So we can say 0 is equal to I naught sine phi. So sine phi is equal to 0. So phi is equal to 0. That means initial phase of current is 0. So we can easily write the value of current as I is equal to I naught sine omega t. So from first part we can easily say that the current in this circuit is performing oscillatory motion, or we can say the current in this circuit is performing simple harmonic motion, in which the angular frequency can be written as root of B square L square by L into M. From this equation we cannot determine what is the nature of motion of the rod. Now again we have to find some relation between velocity or displacement to get the perfect picture of that situation. So we are trying to get some relation between velocity. Now from this equation, now again we will draw a circuit. And then we will try to find some relation between velocity. So this is inductor and this is battery, and battery is also moving with velocity v, and this is I, and some current is flowing in the circuit. Now minus L di by dt plus VBL is equal to 0, equation 1. Now from second equation we can say the rod is moving with velocity v in magnetic field, and current I is flowing in the rod I. So it is under retarding motion. So its retardation A can be written as A is equal to ILB. But we can write A as minus dV by dt. Minus dV by dt is equal to ILB. Now di by dt, Now again we will differentiate the equation. Minus d2v by dt square is equal to lb di by dt. So from this equation we can find the value of di by dt. So di by dt is equal to minus, I forgot to divide this equation by m. There we will have m. So m. So di by dt is equal to minus m by lb d2v by dt square. We will use this equation to find the relation between velocity, or to find the nature of velocity of the rod. Now minus L di by dt. What is the value of di by dt? We will substitute this value in this equation. Minus L minus m by lb d2v by dt square plus vbl is equal to 0. Now you can write Lm by Lb d2v by dt square plus vbl is equal to 0. Now we have to eliminate this term. We have to eliminate this term by dividing the whole equation by this term. So d2v by dt square plus b square l square by lm v is equal to 0. That means velocity is also performing simple harmonic motion. From this equation we can 100% surely say that the velocity is also performing simple harmonic motion. That means the rod in this equation first going in forward direction and then going in backward direction. So rod is also performing simple harmonic motion. Now if the rod is performing simple harmonic motion, so it must achieve its extreme position, then again it comes to its mean position, then again it comes to this negative extreme position. Then we can conclude from this equation the rod is performing simple harmonic motion. Its velocities also follow the equation of SHM. Now our objective is to find what is the value of amplitude if the rod is performing simple harmonic motion. So we are going to study, or we are going to discuss what is the value of its amplitude. Now from the given equation we can find the amplitude of the rod. Now this equation d2v by dt square plus b square l square divided by lm multiply by v is equal to 0. That is general equation of SHM. So we can write v is equal to v naught sine omega t plus phi. Now at t is equal to 0, at t is equal to 0, the value of v is v naught. So v naught is equal to v naught sine phi. That means sine phi is equal to 1. So phi is equal to pi by 2. That means the velocity having initial phase of pi by 2. So we can substitute the value of phi as pi by 2, and then we get v is equal to v naught sine omega t plus pi by 2. That means v is equal to v naught cos omega t. That is the general equation of velocity. Now how would you find the amplitude of any SHM from velocity? So we can find v max is equal to omega multiplied by a. And then what is the value of maximum velocity? When the rod is at t is equal to 0, then it is at its mean position. At that point the velocity is maximum, so we can say the value of maximum velocity is v naught. So when substitute v naught is equal to omega a. Then what is the value of omega? So from this equation we can find the value of omega, or we can find the value of omega. We already found it in this equation. So omega is equal to root of b square l square divided by lm. Then we substitute this value. So v naught is equal to bl by root lm into a. So the amplitude of this motion we can write here, a is equal to v naught root of LM divided by BL. That is the amplitude of this rod which is under SHM condition. Thank you very much, students. I hope you understand well this situation. I will discuss these types of problem in next videos. Then thank you very much.